Property management.
Hey, I'm a tenant here at the apartments. I just, I found a milk door inside my wall, and I wanted to make sure it's a milk door. I had all my drywall taken down in the living room because I'm doing something, and there's a milk door in there. Believe it or not.
You're a tenant in our building?
Yes.
And you've taken something apart in your apartment?
Oh, just the drywall. Just on two of the walls. I was looking for stuff in the walls.
Why are you taking apart our walls?
Okay, ma'am, I think you're missing the point here.
First of all,
there's a milk door.
First of all, who are you?
Roy. I'm like, Roy. Yeah, it's kind of on the front of the house near where the front door is, and it's like a little miniature door. Ma'am, stop interrupting. It's like a little.
Where do you live?
On Way.
Where do you live?
On Remington Way, and you interrupted again.
But what? Tell me what unit you
live in.
Why
are you yelling at me? It's Christmas.
Well, you know what? I know, but you got to tell me who you are and where you live.
I'm
for one thing.
I was trying to get to that, ma'am. I found a milk door, and I want to refurbish it. I want to have a milk door on the front of my apartment from now on.
You can't. No, you cannot do that.
Yes.
Where do you live?
Ma'am.
What is your apartment?
I checked. They have milk delivery. There's a company called Royco's Milk Delivery Service. I've already called them up.
Listen to me.
Cheaper.
We own the building. What is your address?
20 Way, I think. I don't know.
What unit number?
I get my mail at a P.O. box.
You know what? If you don't know where you live...
Why are you yelling at me?
I want to know where you live.
Okay,
you're doing something to my building that you have no right to do.
I was just looking in the walls for stuff.
You're not supposed to look in the walls.
Okay, well, I just wanted to see, and now I see that. Well, I mean, there was a milk door. It was worth it, right? I was looking for like Depression-era hooch.
The what?
Depression, the moonshine and stuff that they used to make back in the day. In the walls.
We don't have moonshine.
In the walls.
These buildings are only 14 or only 17 years old.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Why is there a milk door in here then? That's something I would expect to find in an old building.
There should be a milk door. What unit are you in?
119, I think.
I don't have anyone. You live at 20?
Yeah, way. So I'm on the first floor. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the one with the new milk door. I went ahead and I went outside.
It doesn't matter.
I started.
Ma'am.
I started pulling the bricks off the building to get to the milk door from the outside.
Okay, where the fuck is your address? Tell me where you live.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I want to know where you're living. Because if you're tearing my apartment building apart, I need to know.
I'm not tearing it up.
What is your address?
It was there before, and you guys covered it up.
It was not there. No, we did not. Because do you honestly rent from property management?
Of course, yes.
Okay, what is your name?
Roy. We've already been over this. I gave you all this.
I know. What is your address?
My apartment is a mess. I really need to put this drywall back up and tape it.
Okay, but if your apartment is a mess, I need to know where you're at. Because I am going to send my maintenance man over.
Oh, no. No, me and him.
I am.
We're on a different level, me and that guy. We're not on the same channel, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what... I don't have a Roy that lives in my apartment.
Well, I wouldn't be in the computer.
Building. Well, you should be. If you rent from me, you should be in the computer.
Well, I'm glad I'm not, because you were like saying the F word at me earlier. What was that all about?
I want to know what apartment. I want to know what apartment you live in.
The one on way.
Honey, I have 4 buildings. 44. I have 44 units over there.
Well, now you're just bragging.
What is your apartment number?
Sounds like you're just trying to impress me. Ma'am, I'm taken.
I'm not trying to impress you, honey. I want to know what your address is.
Okay, well, you're bragging about units and, buildings.
Honey, I don't really care. I mean, I manage almost 200 units.
Oh, there you go again. Here.
I know pretty much all of my tenants. I don't have a Roy that rents from me.
I'm so impressed.
Okay. Say what on?
Hey, this is MC Lars, you know, the rapper. We're going to be coming into your store in a little bit, me and my band, and we've actually got the mall Santa. Like, I know he's not there yet, but, you know, we're friends of his. His name's Bruce, for real.
Okay.
We're going to be coming in there and doing like a dance number.
He's been living at the airport, I heard. Hacking into phones, 2600 hertz. Tone dialing with that blue box apparently. Switch hook, pulse generating. It's a rarity that someone so maniacal would be so nice. Met him on the net back in 95. He sent me his tape, I sent some cassettes. Now there's a torrent on his site where you can get the Seattle phone pranks, rare jerky boys calls, Mark Knopfler, latrine. And that's not all. I sent hella boxes of merch to his house for my run last fall, and he didn't even grouse. Picked me up at the airport before our tour. Then he helped me fold like 100 shirts. He's an OG and he's lived everywhere. This phone loser is a winner cause he cares. Brad Carter, he'd be on the phone like that, calling up your mom just to have a little chat, telling her that he dinged her car, but he's been a great friend to MC Lars. Brad Carter could've gone to federal jail, still on probation, but he'll never fail at making us laugh with illegal hijinks. PhoneLosers.com, yeah, the site's pretty hyphy.
I'm gonna be rapping. We're gonna have musicians. We're gonna be jumping around on you know, racks and stuff, doing acrobats
In our store.
Yeah, it's like a guerrilla marketing campaign, just like a little impromptu show. We're going to be in there in just a few minutes. We're in the parking lot right now with Santa Claus.
And now this COVID news has got us feeling blue. Isolated in our homes, locked up in our rooms. And what are we to do when there's nowhere to go? Thank goodness he's got 47 different podcast shows. JK, just 4 that I see. I mean, I'm always stoked when he drops a new Dabalina. Plus Cactus Shack and the Snowplow Show. What do you know? Look, there's a new Hobosode. Don't tell anyone, but I got a secret link where I can stream the shows. Secretly, it's pretty neat. When my son was born, he sent Atlas a toy, a baby cell phone that he still enjoys, and we plan to visit him when we're back in town. Eat burritos on the patio, yeah, it's going down, and you can visit too. Here's his home address. Brad is the raddest. Brad Carter, he'd be on the phone like that, calling up your mom just to have a little chat, telling her that he dinged her car, but he's been a great friend to MC Lars. Brad Carter could've gone to federal jail, still on probation, but he'll never fail at making us laugh with illegal hijinks. PhoneLosers.com, yeah, the site's pretty hyphy.
We're going to do some rapping. I'm going to rap about blockchain and Edgar Allan Poe and stuff.
Unfortunately, you still need to have permission from my manager.
Ma'am, you're getting a free concert. We do this for a living. I go on tours and stuff. I'm a rapper.
A lot of people are rappers.
Yeah, Lars, you hear that? A lot of people are rappers. That lady's just not impressed with you one bit. So hey everybody, I'm Brad, and you're listening to the Snowplow Show. Today is January 28th, 2022, and that was a song by MC Lars. He's trying to ruin my street cred and convince you all that I'm a nice guy when really I'm a big asshole. Please don't believe anything MC Lars says. None of it's true, but what a nice guy. Thanks, Lars. This show is going to be brought to you by Chaz the TandemStacker, Ward H, FOD 87, Climbatiz, oh god, it's another one I can't pronounce, and iregretjumping. They all support the show on Patreon. Thanks everyone for supporting the show. All 5 of them got to hear the Hobosode that I did earlier this week. I can't even remember what I did on that Hobosode though. But if you want to hear it, patreon.com/phonelosers. Alright, that's enough intro. Let's do some calls.
Hey there, shitheads. This is Joe from the Dumbass Report, now available on all streaming platforms, and you're listening to the Snowplow Show. Ya fucking hobos.
Shut the fuck up!
Park, this is Taylor.
Hey Taylor, I'm a tenant here at the apartments.
Okay.
I was just wondering if we find extra space underneath our apartment, it's kind of underneath the ground, are we allowed to keep using that as just our own space?
Underneath your apartment. What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Well, I spilled a bunch of acid in my apartment, and it ate through the floor, and it exposed the extra opening down there. It's kind of like a hatch.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it might be like a 1950s bomb shelter. It's pretty big, and it's right below the apartment building and kind of a little off to the side underneath the road.
At Matthew?
Yes. Yes, I was just wondering, like,
Which unit are you in?
I can move stuff in there, right?
Which unit are you in?
Number 2.
I don't know, that's really weird.
Yeah. Well, they probably just covered it up because I don't know, safety or something.
And you're in number 2 at in the townhome?
Yeah. Yeah, so, I've cleaned up all the acid mess, and I'm rebuilding the floor, kind of. But I was just going to kind of leave a staircase going down there. Just while I live here. I'll cover it up when I move out.
Okay, very strange.
What's very strange? You're strange.
Well, there's a basement in the apartment.
Yeah. It's pretty weird.
Okay.
But it's like, extra square footage for us. So we're just going to store things down there mainly.
Okay. I mean, I guess if it's there, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. All right. And I'm sorry about the acid thing. You'll never know what happened when I move out. I'll make sure it's all fixed.
Okay. Sounds good.
It just kind of ate through the floor and chewed up the walls a little bit as it was eating through the floor and the ceiling. But I'm getting drywall. I'm gonna put new drywall up. I've aired out the apartment. You can barely smell the acid anymore.
Okay.
The smell of the old air from this bomb shelter or whatever it is, it's kind of overpowering the acid anyway. So that's a good thing.
Oh.
It's like really stale air from the 1950s, I guess.
Right. Okay. Do you need maintenance to come by and take a look at anything?
Oh no, I think I've got it all under control, and I think we're good.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I guess if you have any other questions or anything, just give me a call, okay?
All right, sounds great. Thanks for the permission to use all the space down here. It's basically the full square footage is bigger than all of the apartments put together.
Right. Yeah, you got an additional space, so
yeah, it's a lot of space.
Strange, but that's great.
All right, I'm probably gonna start up an Airbnb.
Okay.
If that's cool.
An Airbnb?
Yeah, with all this extra space down here.
Oh. I don't know. That's something that I would have to ask the owners about.
Oh, okay. Let's put them on three-way. What's the number?
I'll shoot them over an email, okay?
Okay. That sounds perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
You too. Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm not sure if she realizes I'm full of shit, but hopefully she's really going to send an email to the owners and they can call me back, because I was kind of hoping for someone just a bit angrier about the whole acid thing. She's going to have a lot to think about while she's out for a drive.
Thank you for property management. This is Alex. How may I help you?
Oh, hey, Alex. I'm a tenant here at the apartments.
Okay. At which apartment?
At the on Avenue.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And, well, I just had this issue with the barrel of acid that I spilled on the floor. And it pretty much ate through the entire floor, but it exposed the hatch underneath. Did you know about the large room underneath the apartments?
What apartment number are you in?
102. Because I was able to climb down into the hatch. I'm sorry, what?
Are you saying you spilled a barrel of acid in your apartment?
Yeah, but this was weeks ago. That's not the issue.
Okay.
The issue is there was a hatch underneath. It exposed the hatch, and I was able to go down it, and there's a bunch of extra room underneath the apartments.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to please not go down there again for a variety of reasons.
Oh, like what?
Well, I mean, number one, it's not part of your apartment. Number two is safety concerns.
Well, it is now, because it's in the bedroom where the acid was spilled.
Okay, well, just because you ate through the floor, which I knew nothing about, does not automatically make it part of your apartment.
Okay, well, I mean, it seems like this is the only entrance. Like, all the other entrances are boarded up. Like, it's a large space down there. So I think that means it's pretty much mine. And the thing is, I'm calling from it right now.
Your apartment ends at your floor.
Yeah, but I'm down there right now. So you're saying don't go down there again, but I'm already...
No, I need you to get out right now.
Okay, well,
I understand. But I need you to get out of that hatch right now. Hold on.
Well, I'd have to put the phone down. Hey, what? I didn't mean hang up on me. I'm going to call him back.
Thank you for calling Apartments. This is Alex. Let me help you.
Hey, you hung up on me. I'm still down here. Hey, do you know what a nuclear dead man switch is?
I've got Patrick on his way. I need you to please remove yourself from wherever you're at.
Okay, well, I'm just saying I was mistaken. It's not a bomb shelter. It's more like a decommissioned launch site. And there's still a rocket.
Patrick's on his way to your apartment, okay?
There's still a rocket down here.
All right, Patrick's on his way, okay?
Well, I'm sure it's not. There's no fuel in it. Probably it's probably just they drained it and left it down here.
Sir, I'm not going to have this conversation until I know what's going on. I'm not going to comment on anything. I know that Patrick is on his way to your apartment.
Well, Patrick's a dickhead, and I'm not even up there to answer the door. I guess I shouldn't have called him a dickhead. I'm looking through my note page here, and a long time ago, I wrote down this idea from Corbin guy, and he says he wants me to act like I'm calling from a nuke shelter under the apartment, and he wanted me to mention a nuclear dead man switch, which is probably a bad idea. I don't even know what that is, but I did it, Corbin guy. After 5 years or whatever it's been since you sent this in, I did it. I did your idea.
Thank you for calling Apartments. This is Sabrina. How may I help you?
Hey, Sabrina. I'm a tenant here at the apartments.
Yes.
And I found a large space underneath the apartments, and I'm down there right now. Underneath the apartments. Like, are you all aware of it's not a basement exactly. You have to climb down a little ways to get down into here?
No.
Okay.
Are you sure you're calling the right complex?
Oh, yeah, on Milwaukee Avenue, the apartments. I'm a tenant here.
Oh, really? And what unit are you in?
13D.
13D?
Yeah.
Okay.
It almost sounded like you didn't believe me until I said 13D. You're like, wow, this guy's full of shit. It was all in your voice, in your inflections and stuff.
Yeah, I don't believe you because I know who my tenants are.
Okay, well, I wouldn't be in the computer. I stay on the couch.
Well, then you need to come to the office and put in an application.
No.
Or I will kick you out.
Oh, no, you won't. I'd like to see you try, motherfucker.
Excuse me?
I said I'd like to see you try, motherfucker. I didn't think she's believing me, but maybe she was. I was just kind of done with that one. Oh, here's a call back. I don't know who it is. Hello? Hello? What?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, now I hear you.
This is Alex at the office of the apartment.
Hey, Alex, why'd you hang up on me so much if you're just going to call back?
Well, because I had Patrick on the other line. So...
Well, that was pretty rude of you just to hang up on me like that. I was trying to ask you questions, and I've been looking up some of this equipment down here on eBay, and some of this vintage government panels and stuff are worth some money. So, is it cool if I keep some of this?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm a little worried about you because you're not in your apartment right now.
Oh, I know. I'm underneath the apartment. I can't even hear you knocking. This is like
you're not underneath your apartment.
It's way far underneath.
You're not underneath your apartment.
Why are you saying that?
I need to know where you're at because I'm a little worried about you.
Why are you worried about me? That's weird. You ain't my mom.
Well, because you're not at and I'm not sure where you're at.
No, I'm at the I'm
but
underneath.
Apparently you think you are, so that gives me cause for concern.
No, I'm underneath the apartments. I'm in this.
No, you're not.
I'm in this room. It's labeled nuclear dead man switch. I don't even know what that means.
There's no such thing, so I'm not sure where you're at.
Oh, there is.
But you're not.
I looked
at
it
the
up.
Apartment. I'm needing to make sure you're okay.
Oh, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Just calm down. And if you're so concerned about me
before,
you're
fine, then I'll take your word for it. I just was worried about you.
Oh,
you're not at the apartment.
When you say you, who do you mean exactly?
What do you mean when I say you?
I don't know who you think you're talking to.
Well, I believe I'm talking to Gilbert.
Yeah, that's me. All right, I thought you were going
at the apartment
crazy or something. Tell me I'm not in the apartment.
And you're not below the apartments. There's no damage on your floor. You're not in some hatch. There's nothing of the sort.
Hold on, I got a call coming in.
So I'm a little worried about you. Okay.
Hi, this is Whitney at the apartments. Hello? Hello?
Whoa, calm down, Whitney. He hung up. That was Alex.
What? Okay, well, we're concerned about what the phone call was about earlier.
Everybody's concerned about me today. I was just trying to tell you about this room underneath the apartments. It's no big deal. Like, I wasn't asking anyone to come over.
Nobody came over.
Okay, well, I got confused. I was thinking, I'm mixing you up with what Alex told me.
Who is this?
I'm one of your tenants.
What apartment are you in?
Well, I'm not in an apartment at all right now. I'm actually underneath the apartments. I found a large amount of space underneath the apartments, and I'm able to access it from inside my apartments.
But what apartment do you live in?
Well, I'm thinking I'm probably going to move down here and just rent out my apartment as an Airbnb, because this has a lot more space down here, and I can tap into the plumbing easily.
Okay, perfect. What apartment are you in?
I told you I'm underneath the apartments.
What apartment is above that apartment where you're at?
Okay, well, this is a really large space, so I've walked out, like, I think I'm actually away from the apartment building and partly underneath the road right now.
Okay, and who am I speaking with?
Gilbert.
And who's Alex?
Oh, Alex, he's my old landlord. He kicked me out.
What's your last name?
For what?
Because I'm just curious. Okay,
well, you know what? I've got things to do. I've got the patent office on hold right now, and they could be picking up any second. I'm gonna miss out on that because I'm talking to you.
I honestly don't think this is funny. I'm seriously concerned about what's going on.
Why are you concerned? Like, what part are you concerned about?
All of it. Number one, you're not telling me the truth about who you are.
That's true. Yeah, I'm just a prank caller. I live in Oregon, and I'm making prank calls today. I've never been to your apartment before. I haven't been to Texas since the 90s, I think.
Okay, you need to find a life and find something better to do.
Whitney, don't be mean. I mean, I got to come clean, right? Because they're all concerned about me. I don't want people to be concerned about me. Maybe I shouldn't mention nuclear dead man switches and large barrels of acid. I'm not going to do that anymore, okay? Corbin guy, I'm sorry. I'm deleting your idea. I'm not going to hang out in the decommissioned Cold War hatch anymore. Let's try and do something that'll make them worry a little bit less about me. I don't want people to worry about me.
Thank you for calling View. This is Jacqueline. How can I help you?
Hey, Jacqueline. I'm a tenant here at the apartments.
Yes,
and
sir.
I just have a small issue. My toilet's clogged because I flushed all my hard drives down it. Because I thought the police were at the door.
I'm sorry, what?
My hard drives. I flushed most of my hard drives down the toilet because I thought the police were knocking at my door. So now, like, here, when I flush my toilet, here, flush this. Yeah, like, there's still hard drives in there, and they're spinning around, and yeah, it's getting ready to come up on the floor. It's gonna get on the floor. It keeps leaking on the floor.
Okay,
like, the toilet won't flush anymore because a bunch of hard drives are down the toilet now.
Okay, what apartment are you in?
58. And it wasn't actually the police at the door. I don't want you to think that I actually had the police at my door. It was my friend that works at the mall, and he has, a uniform that looks similar to a policeman's uniform. But he's just coming to get my $5 that he borrowed from me. Or I borrowed from him, I mean. There was no police here. I just thought it was the police, and that's why I flushed all my hard drives.
Okay, what apartment did you say you were in?
158. I think. I don't know.
And what was your name?
Gilbert. So,
And your last name?
is anyone else having the toilets clogged right now, or is it just me?
I'm not sure. For you though.
Oh, you faded out there. What was that?
Oh, I was saying that I could put in. I'm not sure, but I can put in a maintenance request in for you.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm going to try and figure it out myself. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't clogging up anyone else's toilets. Or that my hard drives weren't going down the toilet and then coming up through someone else's toilet. And then they're able to recover the data on it. I don't want that. So you haven't had any other complaints, have you?
No, sir.
That's good. Is the property manager there?
Okay, so she's actually out on property right now. Did you need to speak with her?
Ugh. I just thought it'd be funny if I did.
Okay, I can have you speak with my assistant manager.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay, 1 second.
So I've noticed on the last couple shows that my voice, or their voices keep fading out. It's very odd. They're just talking and their voices cut out completely and I miss what they said. And I'm wondering if it's because of my asterisk system. It keeps going down lately. I think because of the temperatures in my garage, it's freezing out right now. Or it's like 36, I guess. Oh, hello?
Thanks for holding. This is Austin. How can I help you?
Hey, Austin. Did she tell you what happened? I flushed a bunch of hard drives down the toilet. And now my toilet...
I'm so sorry. Who is this?
Gilbert?
You said this is who?
Gilbert. But, like, has anyone else complained about that? Like, their toilet's not flushing? Because I hope it's not because of my hard drives. I just thought you might have a general problem throughout the entire building, maybe. Maybe I didn't do it.
Gilbert, what's your last name?
You don't have that many Gilberts living here, do you? Like, it's a really uncommon name.
Okay, what building are you in?
Well, no, it doesn't matter. I don't need anyone to come up here. I was just making sure nobody else was having that problem. Because, like, when I try to flush my...
Okay, well, we don't have time. Can't give us more information than that. You'll just have to call us back whenever you're ready.
Oh, don't act like a little bitch. You don't have to act like a little bitch.
Oh, really? Okay, I got the phone number, so thanks for that. I can have our courtesy officer look it up.
You're going to tell the courtesy officer that you're being a little bitch and I offended you? I mean, I was just trying to tell you about the hard drive.
All right, Gilbert.
What? What? He's like, all right, Gilbert. But anyway, I think I need to move my asterisk box out of the garage. Because this morning it wasn't recognizing the hard drive, and luckily it booted up. So I was able to make calls today instead of messing around with asterisks a bunch.
Good, this is Belle. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm a tenant here at the apartments.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay for us to work from home, right? It's because of COVID.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I run a dojo over in a shopping center by the Kroger. And we had to shut down because of COVID. So all my students are going to be coming here now to the apartments. And it's like not more than 90 per evening.
Okay, so...
Mostly they just get dropped off after school. They might be hanging out a bit, just on the property until their classes start.
Okay, so, and you're a resident here?
Yeah. Since he
Well, what's your apartment number?
112.
I'm sorry?
112. And I mean, I didn't modify the apartment. My apartment already was a dojo. Like, because that's just, what I prefer in my apartment. But it's just, now I'm going to be fighting a bunch of young boys in my apartment.
What apartment complex are you calling for?
On street.
And you're in apartment 112.
Yeah. It might be under the name Joy.
No.
Drat. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't need anybody to come up.
Are you sure that's your apartment number? Because I'm having a different tenant for that number.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't need anybody to come up. I just wanted to make sure it was okay for me to, just teach students from my apartment by,
so I'm
kicking them in the face and
need...
stuff.
Yeah, no. So we probably won't be able to have that, but I would need your apartment number.
Well, ma'am, I'm working from home because of COVID.
Okay, I would need your apartment number. Can I have your apartment number?
Is it 115 then? I just stay on the couch. It doesn't matter.
Don't know your apartment number.
Well, I have a P.O. box because I move around so much.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything. What was your name?
Sensei Doug.
Your first and last name?
Sensei Doug. That's my legal name now. I had it changed. I don't think I'd be in the computer. But, none of this matters. I don't really need anybody to come up. I just wanted to make sure I could have all the students coming in every night for the classes.
Cannot.
Well, no, I'm working from home. You said I could work from home because of COVID.
I'm more thinking a more computer-based job, just due to the fact that you will have neighbors.
Oh, I use a computer to keep all the students' names in. The database for billing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Got the parents' contact info.
So I'm going to need the actual, apartment number, because you're not giving me an apartment number, and you're not giving me information that is having me able to look you up
I don't think I'd want anybody to come over at this point, because you're trying to tell me I can't work from home during
I'm sorry,
COVID?
so I'm going to need your apartment number or your name.
I barely modified anything in here. I just took out the wall in between the bedroom and the living area. So I'd have a proper-sized dojo.
Mm-hmm. So you do renovations to the apartment, but you don't know your apartment
Well, I didn't say
number.
renovations. It's just a wall.
So renovations. And you don't know your apartment number.
Yeah, apparently not, because you're pretending that I don't live here. Even though I gave you the apartment number several times.
That wasn't the apartment that you live at.
Why are you talking like you're retarded all of a sudden?
We know the person that resides. Because we know who resides in that apartment, and it's not you.
Okay,
So if you can give us the actual unit number.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should stop talking like that, with the attitude, if you want information out of me.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I would really like the apartment number and name that I asked you for earlier, if you could give that to me.
Sensei Doug.
That is not.
That is my legal name. It's on my driver's license. I had it changed a few years ago because I'm Sensei Doug.
Okay, so there's nobody with that name. Are you there?
Yeah, I just thought it was weird that you put me on speakerphone.
Yes, I did. So what apartment
So now I can't even hear you. You're way off in the background. You sound like shit. You should keep that in mind from now on. When you talk to tenants and you put them on speakerphone, they're not having a good time trying to hear you. You sound like shit. They sound good to you because they're on a phone. And that comes through the speaker. But you sound like shit.
Hi, my name is Myra. What can I help you with?
Oh, there. You don't sound like shit anymore.
Well, you're not talking to the same person, sir, so what's going on?
Oh, okay. Well, I work from home. I have a dojo in my house. And I'm going to be teaching students here karate.
Uh-huh.
So that's all I needed. I'm just letting you know. I can let you go now.
Okay.
You're going to see a lot of students coming in and out of the apartment complex. Lots and lots of students.
Yeah, I don't think you live. I think you're calling the wrong complex, sir, because we don't have anyone. I know who lives in 112, and it's certainly not a male. So.
I never said 112.
What apartment did you say?
See, that lady, she can't even type right.
What apartment did you say?
She doesn't know how to type. You need to sign her up for some typing lessons over at the community college.
Okay, well, Listen, if you don't tell me what apartment number you live in, I can't help you. What apartment
I don't need
number
any
do you
help.
live in?
I was just letting y'all know you're going to see a lot of students coming in and out of the apartments. Lots and lots of students in the evenings. There's going to be about 50 per evening on the weeknights.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one.
Okay. Hey, you tell that lady, the other girl, that she hung up. And that's an idea I saw just now on Reddit. I was looking through Reddit while I was waiting for people to pick up, and someone with the name Please Input Skill says he wants me to do a Tenants from Hell where Sensei Doug turns his apartment into a dojo. And I assume that means I'd have a bunch of students coming over to get kicked in the face, because that's what I do. I kick children in the face.
Which apartment is Sherry?
Hey, Sherry, I'm a tenant here at the apartments.
I'm sorry, you're what?
I'm a tenant. I live here. I live here at the apartments.
Oh, yes, okay.
I've been working from home. Is that okay because of COVID that I work from home?
Yeah, who is this?
Oh, it's Sensei Doug. I'm the one with the dojo in my apartment. I moved one of the walls so I'd have a proper sized dojo. For COVID.
You're who?
Sensei Doug.
I don't know who you are.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure that'd be okay if I'm working from home. You've probably seen a lot of students coming over for their karate training.
No, I think you have the wrong apartment complex.
Oh, why would you think that? I live here at apartments on 82nd Street.
What apartment do you live in?
It's 403.
403.
Yeah.
I have a lady that lives in there.
Yeah, Brenda.
And you live there?
Yeah, it's my mom. But she let me convert the entire living room and most of the bedroom into a dojo. I moved one of the walls out because I needed a proper sized dojo.
You moved a wall out?
Yeah, like it's a regulation size dojo. Because I've been having students come over for the karate training and ninja training and all that.
Okay, I didn't know anything about it.
Okay, well, I'm letting you know. You're probably going to start to see more students because they officially shut down the dojo over by Kroger because of COVID, you know.
Okay, I don't think something like that you could work out of the house. Brenda never said anything to me about you being there either.
Oh, no, it's easy. Like, we already moved the wall. We did this months ago, just for me, you know, for my own personal dojo.
What are you talking about, moving a wall? Are you talking about knocking a wall out?
Yeah, well, we knocked just the lower 90% of it out, and then we put a 4x4 beam across the top.
Permission did you have to do that?
I was talking. And then we put a 4x4 beam across the top. We drywalled over it. It looks perfect. It looks like it's supposed to be there.
And who gave you permission to do that?
My mom, Brenda.
You can't make renovations without asking.
I did. I asked my mom. And this is for working from home. This is like a special exception for COVID.
One, she couldn't give you permission to do that. And two, you're not supposed to live there unless you have an application.
Yeah, well, you know, that's not even what I'm calling about. I just letting you know there's going to be a lot of students coming over for their...
You cannot run a business out of your home.
No, I'm just working from home. I'm not running a business out of here. I'm just going to have there's going to be a lot of children coming in here for the karate lessons. It's no big deal.
You can't do that.
Why not?
You cannot do that. Because it's an apartment complex. It's not a home.
Half the people here work from home now because of COVID.
But you don't bring other people into your home to run a business.
Oh, sometimes they do. I see people coming over and dropping off papers and stuff.
Okay, I just come back to work 2 weeks, not even this week, and I'm unaware of any of this stuff. How long have you been doing this?
Why weren't you working?
Well, not that it matters, but I had a shoulder surgery.
Oh, okay. I hope it's going okay and it's all fixed now.
Yeah, I think that Brenda needs to come and talk to me.
You should come over to the apartment. Like, I'm actually a licensed chiropractor as well. And I could crack that shoulder for you real good.
Oh, I don't think I need it cracked. I've had surgery.
With my karate skills, you know?
Yeah, she needs to come in here and tell me what's going on because...
oh, no, I just told you what's going on.
Yes, I understand that, but you did not have our permission to do that.
Okay.
You cannot just come in there and do renovations in an apartment that you don't live in.
I'll put it back. Whenever we move out, I'll put it all back. You'll never know we changed anything. It's just like one wall. What?
Which wall is it?
Like the bedroom wall. So the bedroom's really small now. Because I also put it in an extra wall to section it off away from the dojo.
Yeah, I don't think that you can do that. So
no, it's easy. I used to do construction for a living before I did karate.
Okay, it still doesn't matter. You can't just come in there and do something because you want it done.
Oh, well, no, I can. You're just saying I'm not allowed to. I thought you were trying to say that it's impossible. I thought you didn't know how construction worked.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, well, that's what it seemed like. You were coming across as really dumb.
Well, and you're coming across like you own the place.
Well, I kind of do. You know, this is where I work.
No, you don't.
Well, it's where I work and where I live,
and that's against the rules because you're not even supposed to be living there without permission.
Well, at least you're saying it's against the rules, and you're not saying, "Oh, it's impossible for you to live in there if you're not in the computer."
Okay, you're being a little
assholey.
Fighting against me.
What?
You're fighting against me, and I don't know anything about why you did what you did without permission.
No, I told you, so I could have a regulation-sized dojo.
Brenda has lived. Yeah, and you can't do that without permission from the owners and from me and from. You can't just get permission from your mother because she's lived there for several years.
Okay, well, I won't do it again.
Come in there.
And when I move out, I'll definitely put these walls back where they were.
I think we have a problem. I'm going to be calling my boss.
I'll probably use most of the same material because, I basically just moved the wall over like 8 feet. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to be calling my boss.
Where's the boss at?
Because I think it doesn't matter. He will be getting a hold of you, I'm sure. So.
Oh, can we just put him on three-way?
In the meantime, no, because I'm going to call him first and tell him what's going on.
Oh, can you give me his number and I will call him and put him on three-way for us?
No, I will not. No, I will not.
I have a whole phone.
I will let him get a hold of you.
I took the phone system.
I will let him get a hold of you.
Ma'am,
Thank you very much.
Ma'am, I took the phone system from the dojo over by Kroger, and I'm able to do pretty much anything with the phones now.
Well, it doesn't matter what you can do. What I'm going to do is what I told you I'm going to do.
Well, it'd just be easier. It'd be easier if I just three-way him on. I won't listen while you first talk to him.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to let... Sir, don't argue with me, please. Because, like I said, you're not supposed to be living here.
You just don't want me to argue because you'll know you'll lose.
Permission as to what... Oh, okay. I'm hanging up now. Thank you.
All right. Well, there you go. Please input skill. I did your idea, and they didn't get worried about me like with Corbin Guy's idea, where I talk about the nuclear dead man switch. So that's a good thing.
Thank you for calling, Bella. This is Gypsy. How can I help you out?
Hey, Gypsy. I'm a tenant here at the apartments. I live here.
Oh, yes.
And I accidentally tore down all of the drywall from my living room. Is that going to be a problem, or is it cool if I just...
All the drywall from your living room?
Yeah, can I just put new drywall back up? Because I basically took it down in little pieces.
Okay, you took it down into what? I'm sorry, you were breaking up?
Oh, I took down the drywall, like all of the drywall along the middle wall through the apartment. So it's just...
Okay, are you in a 1, 2, or 3 bedroom?
2 bedroom.
2 bedroom. Okay, let me see. Give me just a moment. Let me see if that's something you can do, if we need to go ahead and get our maintenance to go ahead and get it done.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm good doing it myself. I don't want to get in trouble or anything.
No, I understand. It's just let me just take a look for you, okay? Let me see.
It's just that I bought a bug detector from the spy shop, and it was saying there was bugs in the wall. You know, like hidden microphones.
Okay, and what apartment are you in?
Oh, well, I don't need anyone to come up now. Like, right now is a bad time for me.
Give me just a moment, okay? Let me just take a look into something. It's okay. Give me just a moment.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, yes. So I just went ahead and just kind of looked into our policies. So we would actually have to go and repair that ourselves because we don't allow our residents to do that.
Oh, darn.
So we're just going to go ahead and, yes, we're going to just need apartment numbers. That way we can go ahead and get that done for you.
What about the carpet? I pulled up all the carpet because there was, the carpet has like staples in it and stuff. And those were showing up as hidden microphone bugs too. But it turned out, I found out in the end because I Googled this spy equipment, and it's just a metal detector is all it is. It was just detecting like screws and nails and stuff in the floors and walls.
Mm-hmm. Yes, well, we would still need to, since that was done, we would need to go ahead and get that done ourselves to make any repairs.
I'm trying to get my money back from the spy shop, but I feel like they should have to pay for all of this because I took apart my TV and my couch and the ceiling.
Okay, and what was your apartment number?
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm just gonna work on fixing it myself. I'm sorry to bother you with all this.
Well, we wouldn't allow you to do so if that was something you have done.
Okay, I won't do it again. It was just an accident. I accidentally pulled off all the drywall and all the carpet and my couch and TV and VCR. Sorry about that.
Okay, you can then provide me your apartment number so that way we can go ahead and get it done because that's what we're going to need to.
Oh, I'd rather just clean up first. It's a mess in here.
We can give you a day to clean it up, and then we can go ahead and go take a look because that's what we're going to have to do now that you had mentioned it.
I might have to rent a dumpster.
Yes, we're going to need to do it now because you live here at
Hey,
right?
can you tell that lady in the background just to shut the fuck up?
And what apartment were you in?
No, thank you.
But you live here at is that correct?
Yes. Yep, here on Avenue.
Okay, yes, we're going to just need to, if you can just give me your apartment, just because you did let us know that was something you had done. We'll give you time to clean it up, but we're going to just need to know your apartment.
Okay, well, I get,
because
like,
we're going to need to get
maybe I'll call back tomorrow.
So I understand it might be.
The spy shop's going to close soon. I really need to drive over there real fast and, just tell him what happened and see if he'll pay for all this.
Okay, can you just give me your name? So that way I just have it down so I can give you a call back?
Yeah, it's Doug.
Doug?
And I guess technically it does detect bugs, but it also detects nails and screws and staples and TV components.
Yes. Okay, Doug. Well, and your last name, Doug? Just
I
so
feel
I can
stupid
have that
now.
And I can follow up with you.
Oh, it's Sensei Doug. I don't have a last.
You're okay.
I don't have a last name anymore. It's just Sensei Doug.
You have to. Let me see here.
Okay.
Let me take a look. Okay. Well, if you could just give me, if you have your last name, that way I can just have it, Doug. So that way.
Oh no, I don't have a last name anymore. On my driver's license, it just says Sensei Doug. That's me, Sensei Doug.
And what was that? Sorry.
What?
You said it was Sensei Doug?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We don't have a Doug, sir.
Well, if you weren't going to believe me, why'd you ask?
Excuse me?
If you weren't going to believe me, why'd you ask?
You had just called the leasing office just to tell us that if you can make a repair, but you had told us that you had ripped down your wall. We were just needing to know your apartment number so we can get that fixed for you.
The walls and the ceiling and the carpet. But I think I can put the carpet back. So just give me a few weeks. I'm going to clean everything up and I'll call back. It's nothing you need to worry about.
I'm sorry, you have to provide us with your apartment information since you were the one who actually called in yourself. So we didn't call
Oh, that
you.
just sounds like a made-up rule. I ain't going to tell you shit. Hello? I think we lost her. And I am definitely having phone problems, and I'm not sure why. I did a speed test. My speeds look good. I think my Asterix hard drive might be failing. I should probably go back that up tonight. before we lose Beverly and everything else that's on there. That was somebody picking up and hanging up on me. And there they just did it again. And again. Hey. Why don't you guys just answer? I just have a question. I live here.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? I'm a tenant here at the apartment homes.
Okay.
Why are you being a weirdo and just hanging up on me constantly?
Been answering phones.
You've been answering the phones? It seems like you've been hanging up the phones over and over. I got hung up on like 10 times.
No one's hanging up on you. How can I help you?
Oh, except for you. You hung up on me.
How can I help you?
I just had a question about the toilets.
Okay.
I flushed all my hard drives down the toilet because I thought the police were at the door. And it ended up not being the police, but now my toilet's not flushing properly.
Okay. So I'll put a work order in, and whatever damages they are, you're going to have to pay for.
Oh, I'm not paying for shit because I think this is faulty plumbing. What was that? So the constant calling and hanging up that you heard at the beginning, I was calling him with 3 lines at a time, but then I started getting busy signals. But I was calling him, like twice at a time, and I don't know why they hung up on me. They just kept hanging up, and I kept calling over and over and over. Finally, he stopped. But I had 2 other phones ringing while he was sitting there listening to me, and it looks like I did call exactly 10 times, judging from all the hang-ups I see here in the waveform. So this is where the show is going to end today. I'm starting to make calls, and they pick up, and it seems like it's connected, but I'm not hearing anything. And that has nothing to do with that guy before. He was really just picking up and hanging up on me. I'm sure of that, because I heard him. I heard him pick up, and I heard him set the phone down over and over and over. But I think it's possible I'm having actual issues, too, with the asterisk machine. So I'm going to back that up tonight, and I guess I'm going to bring it in the house. I don't know where to put it. I used to keep it in here, but all these computers running all day are really heating up this room. It kind of sucks. Well, I mean, right now, it's kind of awesome, but as soon as it's not 30 again, it kind of sucks, making it all hot in here.
Hey, Brad. So, quick question.
Hey.
So, I was listening to a couple of podcast episodes from The Wasted Memory on Spotify, and I know how, they play a song, at the very start. I know that you hate doing your own sleuthing, but I've done as much as I could, and I cannot for the life of me find the song that they play at the beginning of the show. But if you could look back...
Why don't you ask them? I don't know.
...at the Wasted Memories live show...
You're calling the wrong show. This is a Snowplow show.
I think it's January 21st, 2020. It's called Down the Drain. I cannot...
I'm pretty sure Wasted Memory listens to this show. So Wasted Memory, this guy for some reason is afraid to email you. Maybe you could call in and tell him what song this is that you always play at the beginning of the shows, because I don't know.
Find the song. I've tried
I don't have it.
Sounding it. I've tried fucking Shazamming that shit.
All right, bye. That was a minute-long voicemail to the Wasted Memory show.
Hey, RBCP, this is LA Extended.
Hey.
Hey, question. Back when you guys did the PLA TV, came out in 2008, a CD radio toaster hack that countless people ended up buying CD radios and toasters so they could hack their favorite fast food restaurants.
That was pretty
including
great.
Myself, I fell for that. You going to be doing anything for April Fools this year, or are we going to expect not to be tricked, or,
Well,
who knows?
I'm not going to tell you if I'm going to trick you this April, but I'd say considering I've done nothing at all for the past 10 April 1st, that there's a pretty good chance I won't do anything this year either.
Hey, Brad.
Hey.
It's 901.
Yep,
I wanted to let you know that I sent you a new song that I made, an intro for the show. It's called Strict No Motherfucker Policy.
Okay,
and
I'll play it.
Anyway, it would be a good intro for the Snowplow Show because it talks about Snowplow Show with the name.
Maybe I played it already.
Also, I made you something special that you would like, and maybe laugh when you see it. and I'd like to send it to you to a physical address. So I emailed you about it to ask you for your address. Just look it up.
All right, so it's a voicemail asking me to check my email. I have 2 emails from Man01. Right on top of that, Rose.
Hey, Brad, it's Corbin Guy. How you doing?
Hey.
I'm sorry to hear that you got the airborne AIDS and weren't feeling too good.
Yeah.
But, hey, I caught...
You know what sucks? I'm still tired all the time. I'm just tired. And somebody from the community told me that somebody else from the community said they were just tired after COVID for several weeks. So I guess that's a thing. I'm just going to be tired for another couple of weeks. And that's going to be my excuse about why my show output sucks.
That episode that you'd last put out, the air tags, good one. I dig that concept, you know, and I think we can fuck around with the idea some more and even make it even more funny.
Okay.
But one thing that came to my attention, I noticed that practically every call ended with threatening to call the cops. So I'm just wondering, does that website Shit Brad Says, does it also like track, you know, other people's speech other than yours? You know, because I'm curious how many times
it gets everyone's speech. I assume, yeah, it definitely does.
How many times total were you threatened? You know, with police enforcement, you know, that might be something interesting for somebody else to track and tally because I'm too lazy to do it. Anyhow, hey, hope you get to feeling better. Looking forward to the next show.
Thanks. Okay, bye, Corbin Guy. You know, I forgot to mention it, but Synthhead let me know that he made some improvements to shitbradsays.com. That's a website where you can search the transcripts of every single Snowplow show, and I think my other shows too. And also, I added the Shit Brad Says search form onto snowplowshow.com, so you can search straight from there. You don't have to go to Synthhead's website anymore. I just typed in calling the police. And the World of Prank Calls, the one called Four-Eyed Toothless Lame, has that phrase in it. It looks like 9 times. Here, let's see what these sound like.
Our bathroom like that? I'm calling the police.
No, I'm going to call the sheriff if you call the police.
You use the sink, and I am calling the police for that.
I'm going to call the sheriff because I didn't believe the sign. I just didn't believe it. How much easier to
I'm going to be calling the police. Thank you very much. I'm calling the police. Thank you very much.
Stop.
Ted.
No, I don't want to not do that. I'm too high for this.
No, I'm calling the police,
This
Ted.
is too much to think about. I'm too high for this.
Ted, you said that...
Okay, all right, that's enough of that. But let's see. 2021, November...
What's up, Becker? I'm calling the police.
No, don't call there's nothing illegal about that stuff. It's just a battery and some cables and my mixer. And then in October of last year, or something, 2 of these.
I'm calling the police on you right now. Harassment.
For one single phone call where I just had the wrong number?
Call the police. Recorded. I'm calling the police on you right now.
Hey,
harassment.
We already heard that one. For one single phone call where I just had the wrong number?
Up right now because I'm calling the police.
For what? Just because my son was hanging out in your yard? He's a kid. Like, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He's probably just back there smoking weed is all.
Well, I don't allow weed smoking on my property.
Oh, well, he was smoking weed on your property. There's nothing you can do about it because it happened. Okay. I'm gonna...
I'll be calling the police right now.
For what? That's always my response is, for what? And if I really think they're going to call the police, I usually call them back and try to piss them off a little bit more by telling them how dumb that would be. What a waste of the police's time. And that usually works, but I think most people are just full of crap. They're not really going to call the police. They're just trying to scare me into not making prank calls anymore.
Hey, Brad. Chris from Sioux City. I remember the last time you did your last show, you said that you were feeling like poo. Yeah.
I was.
Something's going around. I'm feeling the same way.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting it.
I was wondering, I don't think anybody has ever asked this. Where did you come up with your last name for Roy of Gerbel or Gerbil? I don't remember you explaining that in any of your calls. Did you just randomly come up with
It's a Richard Gere thing.
it, or just wondering. All right.
Okay, bye. Yeah, I came up with that name in the 90s, and there was a big thing about Richard Gere at the time, putting gerbils up his butt. I doubt it was true, but everyone believed it, and gerbils just seemed like a really perverted thing at the time. So now you know that the reason my last name is Gerbil is really stupid.
Hey, Brad, this is Hayden from Orlando. Your last show just made me giggle a whole bunch.
Good.
I don't know what it is. You talked about, like, that was a bad call, and I was laughing the whole time. I mean, you know, everybody has their, what ticks them, right? Yeah, keep up the good work, and I think that the idea of Christmas gifts in general, just I'm trying out, AirTags is a great idea. I don't know who came up with that.
Oh, AirTags.
I think,
I was trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about. Like, what last show was this? I'm just listening to random voicemails all over the
drones
place.
a bunch in the past. So, like dog picker, pooper upper. Maybe I mixed that up.
AirTags was all mine, but I was inspired by listening to someone else's show where they were finding things. It's probably either Wasted Memory or Dragonmere. And I think I suggested AirTags in the chat room and they ignored me. So I just took it for myself.
Yeah, I've been doing some 3-hour drives across, around. So your shows, definitely. Every time I go driving a lot, I get revitalized back into your shows. Not that I don't keep up anyway, but I'll even go back and listen to old stuff. So
yeah,
just want to let you know I appreciate it, honey baby. Bye.
All right, bye.
Hey Brad, Aqua Baby here.
Hey.
Long time listener, first time caller. Been listening since the shows weren't even numbered. Just want to say, keep on doing what you're doing.
I will.
And it's a shame that the feds had to, raid you so that, because the shows used to be a lot more crazy. But anyways,
wow.
Keep it real, man.
Saying my shows suck now. I see how it is. Maybe I'm just getting soft in my old age. Maybe it's just that.
Hi, my name is Ariana. I'm from South Carolina, calling again. Hi.
Hey.
So I'm just curious, because I listen to you religiously every time on YouTube, but currently been listening on Spotify when I'm at work, and it's only episodes 731 to 740.
That's what I keep hearing. People are saying that on Reddit, and I don't think that's me, is it? That's not my fault. I'm trying to go to the Spotify thing right now, but it's just loading. Something's broken on it. I don't know what it is. But I'll leave that page open, and I'll take a look at the settings, and maybe I have something set to where it only shows 10 episodes. I'll try to... Yeah, I'll look at that, I promise, after I do these voicemails, because that really sucks if that's actually a thing, that you could only get the last 10 episodes. That makes Spotify a horrible choice for a membership thing. And I still plan to try out Apple for the membership thing also. Maybe they'll be better. But also maybe it's a setting in your Spotify. Maybe you have to set it up. But probably not, because you probably would have noticed that on other shows that they only have 10 episodes. So I don't know what the problem is. And what the hell? Spotify is still just loading. It won't load. What's happening?
And I was just curious if you're going to put any of your old stuff on Spotify as well. Just curious. But yeah, have
I don't know.
a good rest of your day. Bye.
I don't know if I'm going to put everything on Spotify, especially if they're only playing the last 10 things, because that's weird. There's got to be a way to load up more than that in Spotify, right? Does anybody know? Please leave a voicemail. Tell us how Spotify works.
Hey, Brad, when's your probation over again? I was just wondering if you...
This year.
Had any plans to do any...
Almost done.
Real-life pranks, like, the cart narcs. Well, I wouldn't really call it a prank, but you wanted to mess with people in real life.
Cart narcs is kind of a prank. They do the same thing that I do, but in real life. They're going up to people and pissing them off and making them yell over something incredibly stupid. I love the cart narcs.
I don't know. You did the Walmart thing. All right. That's probably 30 seconds. All right.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd like to do some real life stuff, and I'm in a bigger city now, so that's a little more easier. But I'm on probation for the rest of this year, and then right around the end of the year, it should be over. And I can just go crazy, break so many laws. Just kidding, though. I'm not going to break any laws. And there's one thing in particular that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I had the idea right around the beginning of the whole probation thing, but then after I got in trouble, I thought it'd be a bad idea. So we'll see. I have no idea. I have no plans, but I will definitely have some more freedoms in another year. Less than a year.
Okay, don't tell me on the air, because I'm not on the air. And second of all, it's not COVID. Sitting on your couch for 8 hours and just watching TV.
The fuck are you talking about?
And where have you been? The episodes are so sparing lately.
Wow.
Like the new Shema.
Everyone's talking about how I suck now. Is that what you're saying? I can barely understand you.
It's like, and I think you know what that means, which really takes me out.
No, I didn't even understand what you said. My shows are getting sparing.
Like, I'm sitting here listening to your show, thinking about the good times we used to have, and then you're like, oh, by the way, I have COVID. And then I'm like, dude, I've listened to him. I have listened to him. Do I have COVID? Should I get tested?
You're upset that I got COVID? What?
Tested. And that's why this.
All right, you guys, is it just me? Has my hearing gone bad because of COVID? Because I'm only catching every couple words.
I don't think you realize that sometimes. So I was going to be a Patreon, but now I'm like, do I spend my unemployment money on this guy?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would just go find a better show that's not being so sparing lately. There's a lot of them out there. Worldofprankcalls.com. There's a big old list of shows you can listen to that have nothing to do with me, and that'd be my suggestion. Go find a show that you like.
Hey, Brad. This is Mike the Man from Tommy, California,
Hey.
and I just love you. Thank you for all that you do.
All right,
And
Tommy.
Network 126, we're coming for you.
Sounds like a threat.
Hey, Brad. It's Teen Wolf Jesus.
Hey.
Excuse me. I'm calling. I was just listening to the voicemail segment from the show, November 20th, 2019, episode 595, entitled I Love You. And Battle Boner left a voicemail saying he had just become homeless. And I just wanted to see, Battle Boner, if you're listening, if you're okay. I hope if you really were homeless that you're doing better. And if you're not, hopefully some of us can help you. Bye.
Yeah, he got homeless right before COVID. Hopefully he's okay. Have we heard from him lately? Does anyone know where Battle Boner is? Come back, Battle Boner. We miss you.
Hey, Brad, it's Patrick from Illinois, and I just caught the latest Hobosode. It was great to hear Beverly one last time. That's it. The last call to Beverly. God bless her.
Forever.
Love her so much.
And you're referring probably to the last call I made to her, because this voicemail is from a week or two ago. But there's a new Beverly thing, and I didn't technically call her, but there's a new Beverly thing in the latest Hobosode. So one last Beverly thing.
It just struck me, man. You got the Beverly bot, and then you got the Go Cup guy bot. There has to be a way to have Beverly and Edward talk to each other in an infinite loop.
Oh, there is.
To set something up to where...
Everybody loves doing that. They love hooking up the two bots together. I've listened so many times to Edward and Beverly yell at each other, and it's super boring. It sounds like it'd be great, but it's not. It's really, really boring. Because you know everything they're going to say to each other. They're not actually getting mad. There's really no prank on anybody if you do that.
Some rigged
But
way
people do it every day. I listen to the Beverly bot machine, and they hook them together.
of getting them to chat it up, respond to each other forever. I can't think of a better tribute to Edward or Beverly than to use some of that PLA magic to set that up. All right,
I refuse. I'm not doing it. Plenty of other people have done it already. If you want, you can get on your cell phone and call up Beverly, and then three-way on Edward, the Go Cup guy, and there you go. You can hear him go at it. Oh shit, it's the Nobby guy where we can actually understand him. This is crazy.
Alright, Brad, I was going to say about my wee prank show. I'm actually thinking of I might maybe do it like a once a month thing. I've ran into a few problems in that at the moment, but hoping to get a show.
What problems?
Up anyway, hoping to get one up soon.
What happened?
So just ran into a few problems there with my wee webcam, but it's getting there.
Fuck the webcam. These are prank calls. Just do audio. It's fine. You don't need a webcam.
Not too bad. And hopefully should be getting into doing a show soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Hope so. Here, let's take a look at your YouTube channel. I still have it in my show notes. Nobby Guy has 12 subscribers on YouTube, and this channel doesn't have any content. Damn it, Nobby Guy. You need to get some content up there.
Hey, honey, long-time caller, first-time listener.
Hey.
I'm calling just to say that I think I have COVID or something right now.
That's a
anyway,
bummer.
You're helping me get through it. So,
Yay.
appreciate all the content, whatever you put out, whatever you call it.
Except for this year. I haven't put out a lot of content this year because of COVID.
But anyway.
But I'm all better now. I'm just tired all the time.
I thought I'd let you know that your little premise that you do sometimes on the Adopt a Highway thing,
Oh, so now my premises are little. I see how you're being.
where you pretend to want the KKK to sponsor a highway or something like that.
Yeah.
That's actually a real thing that happened.
Did I do that, though? Did I do a KKK Adopt a Highway call? I don't remember that. Yeah, I probably did.
Court ruled that the KKK, at least in Georgia, is allowed to adopt a highway. I
course.
pointed to a CNN article from
fucking Georgia
2016 that headlined KKK wins Adopt a Highway ruling in
Yeah,
Georgia
I know.
High Court.
This is like an old story. Or, I mean, it's a repeating story. It's been happening for decades. The KKK is allowed to sponsor Adopt a Highways, So is anybody. You can, the Church of Satan, or probably NAMBLA or something. Probably anybody can adopt a highway. I remember back when cable TV was still a thing, and I would watch the nightly news, and they would stake out the KKK sign on the side of the highway because people kept stealing it. And they didn't go confront them or anything, but they just kept filming people every night stealing the KKK sign. Or not every night, but every time they put it back up, they're probably just stealing it because they were mad that the KKK sign was up there.
A Ku Klux Klan group's legal battle to pick
All right,
up...
I'm not going to listen to you read news. This voicemail is 90 seconds long. I think as long as they're cleaning up the highway, they can sponsor the highway. Whoa. The fuck is this? It's just a crazy humming sound for 37 seconds. Whoever left this voicemail probably thought they were talking to me, but they didn't have their microphone hooked up properly. Maybe it wasn't plugged in all the way. And that's why your voicemail isn't being played. Don't blame me. Don't be like, fucking Brad never plays my voicemails, ever. It's not me, it's you. You're not hooking up your microphone properly, you fucking idiot. Quit yelling at me.
Hello, I am now Steven Yuka.
What?
No, not really. Hey, Roy.
Oh.
Pepe Frito.
Got us
I
good.
just was listening to that call when you said you were Steven Yuka. And then I've heard that call probably 5 times. But this time I finally realized...
I don't even know what you're talking about. There's a call where I claim to be Steven Yuka?
The 3rd time, you said your name was Roy, but you'd changed your name to Steven Yuka because the guy's name was Roy, and I just thought that was really funny. Anyways, Cactus.
Okay. I bet you there are a couple listeners out there that know what you're talking about. At least a couple. Should I stop doing voicemails? It looks like I have just mostly the first week of January left, and then it immediately goes back to November. Oh, and there's not much left in November. I might actually get the voicemails done soon.
Hey, Brad, it's the cameraman here.
Hey.
I was just listening to the most recent episode of the Snowplow Show, and I just wanted to say I love the calls with the scanner, listening to people's phone calls on the police scanner.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
And jumping into their lines with the police scanner, because that's totally possible.
I love...
And nobody questions it. That's the best part.
Just laughing my ass off. Keep up with that.
Okay,
Bye.
I will. That definitely needs to be a recurring thing with Carol.
Yo!
Hey.
What up? Stats over here. Hey,
Okay.
man, I just heard your Cactus show, and man,
Cactus show.
when you brought up those, the shit, what is it called? The answering machines? Yeah, man, I would do the same thing. That is too hilarious that lady still has the same number.
Yeah.
Like my parents. They still got a landline.
Yeah.
Bunch of weirdos.
Fucking parents.
Anyways, you have a good day, Brad. I love you. Mwah.
I don't know what show you're talking about. Maybe Brad's Cactus Shack. But was I doing something with answering machines? I don't remember. I don't know anything. That one was from back in November. I think I'm done with voicemails for now. Maybe I'll get caught up on the next show. Probably not, but nobody leave any more voicemails, okay? So I can get caught up. I'd really appreciate that. Please don't call the voicemail line and leave any messages at all until I'm completely caught up. That'd be great. Thanks, everybody. That's going to do it for this show. Thank you, Chaz the TandemStacker, Ward H, FOD 87, Climbatiz, and iregretjumping. They support the show on the patreon.com/phone losers. And you should too if you want to hear an extra show every week, which is really nice these days when I'm not doing a ton of shows and you still get an extra show every week. You get to hear the latest and probably the last Beverly call. You'd be crazy not to sign up for that.
I sold my soul to rock and roll. I never got it back.
Dare you to test me?
Okay, why would you turn on an electromagnet in your apartment?